Hello and welcome everyone to Vinyasa Flow. My name is Dee and I'll be guiding your practice today. I like to start Vinyasa Flow classes that are an hour long seated, but if you'd rather lie supine or even prone on your mat, bed, sit in a chair instead, any of those options are fine. But come into what is going to be for you a comfortable position. No matter how your legs are shaped, it's fine. Um, Legs can be straight, knees can be bent. This is Stretch, by the way. He's my sidekick, yoga dog, and he always seems to come into practice at one time or another. So take your time to settle yourself, grounding your body to the floor, maybe feeling your sits bones right underneath you, pressing down, and then lifting up through the spine, feeling the crown of your head sort of kind of grow taller as you straighten up, relaxing the shoulders down and back, maybe elbows by your side and kind of behind you to allow the shoulder blades to lie flat. Lots of things to think about as you sit here, knowing that you can use your hands for support. You can use blocks to support your legs, perhaps, or your arms. I like to instruct people to try to close their eyes, remove maybe any glasses that you might be wearing. And as you close your eyes, just begin to focus on your breath. You might notice some really stunted breathing happening because you've been focusing on parts of your body and trying to get comfortable, yet trying to stay in alignment and be supported. Core working just enough to hold you up here. Let the next breath in be a little deeper. And as your mind wanders, bring it back to this breath. Good. You really do need to slow down here. There is importance to this step in the practice. One thing that's good for our body at this time is working with our breath and being able to use pranayama in our daily lives, maybe for sure on the mat, but maybe even off the mat. And one of my favorites is the belly breath. So on the next inhale, draw the breath deeper into the belly. Feel the stomach softening as it fills with air. And then as you exhale, press the air out of the lungs and continue breathing. Softening the belly first on each inhale, tightening the belly next with each exhale. And let's take 5 more of these breaths. At your own pace. Staying present to the feeling in the abdomen with each motion. And as you're ready, set your belly breathing aside. Watch your breath return to an elongated rhythm, lengthened, breathing side to side. And let's release our arms down by our sides. Sitting up nice and tall. Once again, let's inhale the arms out and up overhead. And exhale, we'll release the hands. Keep going at your own pace with these sun breaths. Taking the whole length of the inhale and the whole length of the exhale to move the arms up and down. Synchronize your breath with your body. Good, nice. Let's do one more. And then the next time your arms are down by your sides, go ahead and leave them there. We'll inhale doing one sun breath, arms come out and up overhead. Touch the palms together and exhale down through the center to the heart. Inhale, pause movement. We're moving into a morning greeting. Exhale, we're going to release the hands forward, shoulder height, gaze is forward. Inhale, chin lifts slightly. You're drawing the backs of your hands behind you. Good, arching the back. Exhale, hands come forward. They'll eventually touch as the arms come together and the chin begins to tuck towards the chest. Then on the next inhale, we'll bring the arms from straight out in front of us back to the heart as we look up, head in neutral position. Exhale, releases the arms back down by your side. We'll inhale again. Exhale, hands to heart. Next inhale, we pause. Exhale, we look straight ahead, hands forward. Reach your arms without moving your shoulders. Good. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, lower and close, rounding the spine. Inhale, hands come to the heart. Chin is parallel to the ground. Exhale, arms by your side. One more, inhaling. Our morning greeting here. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale, hands straight forward. Good. Inhale, arms wide, chin lifts, arching back. Exhale, round spine, shoulders, hands together, chin down. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, the arms down by your side. We have a choice in this next shape to do a one-legged twist. So we're going to start bending our right knee and having it be on top or crossed over. We can move our left leg back behind us. Sorry, I'm not mirroring you at this particular point. So cross one leg over the other. Maybe you keep one leg straight, like I said, two-legged like this, one-legged, doesn't matter. We'll turn towards the leg and we'll cross the opposite elbow and we'll hold it on to that knee. Let's take our free hand. We'll inhale the arm straight out, right in front of the chest, up over, touching the clouds, and then back and down behind us, sitting up nice and tall. Ready now for our twist. So we'll inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale. Let's use that elbow to twist. And to breathe here, stretching those muscles just a little bit, feeling a little tiny stretch. Exhale to bring the eyes and the chin back to center. If you've moved those, release your torso, move your arms back around. We can lean back on our hands and unbend our legs and just sort of let them move a little bit, move around. Maybe flesh out some tightness here. And then set yourself up on the opposite side. So opposite leg is on top or in front. Remember, you can sit in any position that's comfortable for you. All right, we'll take the opposite elbow to the knee that's lifted. And then we'll take our free hand here to inhale forward right in front of the chest, shoulder height, up towards the clouds, back and down behind, sitting up nice and tall here. Let's inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, twist. Maybe looking back, reaching our chin behind us, and breathing. Let's exhale, moving everything back slowly to center. Stretch your legs out again. That felt good. Let your back stay straight. You can be leaning back, but still have your shoulders back behind you. Chest open in the front. We're really working on opening our chest today for some poses coming up. So now seated in the easy pose or in staff pose, you choose. 2 different ways you can sit. If you have a third way that works for you, do that. Arms down by your side. We'll come into lateral stretch. Let's interlace our fingers together so the arms lift on the next inhale. Hands interlaced, elbows can bend. Let's exhale to either direction. We'll inhale back up, and then we'll exhale to the opposite direction. Letting the lower elbow be heavy. Inhale back up. We'll release our hands. Exhale brings our arms back down by our side. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling the arms up. This time go the opposite way first. Interlace your fingers. Exhale. Opposite side opens. Keep those shoulders both lifted. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Release. Keep them stacked, I should say. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Arms go down by your side. Let's move from here into a forward fold. If you want to change up your leg position, please do. Easy pose, staff pose, wide angle pose, butterfly, any of those shapes with your legs is a great choice. Let's inhale the arms up. Using sun breaths here. Exhale, let's tip forward, lower your hands quickly, get them underneath to support you, and then continue to slide the hands. Hopefully the surface there is a little bit slippery for you to continue to pull forward and down as you release towards the floor. Stay here for a breath or two, just feeling the stretches. Let's inhale, walk our hands to our hips, or we can lift the upper body, send the arms straight up overhead, and then exhale the arms back down by our side. Let's switch legs, okay? If you were in staff or wide angle, you can do a second one in the middle. We'll inhale the arms up. The second one meaning a forward fold. Exhale, everyone releases forward no matter what your leg shape is, and then you'll slide or walk the hands and fingers away as you lower the upper body to the floor. Stay here for 3 breaths. Again, when you come out of this, your choice, whether you inhale walking your hands to your shins or whether you inhale lifting the arms back up and over the head and exhaling the arms down by your side. From here, let's move into table. And we can give our knees some cushion. And then make sure we've set ourselves up so that knees are under our hips and shoulders are right on top of the wrists, or almost. I tend to have my wrists a little wider. I do mention that all the time. All right, from here, let's lean on our right knee. We'll lift the left knee up and we'll bring it towards the middle of our 2 elbows. We might look down or point our nose to our knee, and then let's bring the knee back without touching the floor. We'll then come over to the left elbow, and the knee will come back down, just hovering, and then to the right elbow, and the knee will come back down. That left knee grounds itself. We'll center our hips, center our shoulders. Now we press into the left knee. We'll inhale. Let's bring the right knee forward in the middle of the two elbows. Keep it hovering, but release it. And then come to the same side elbow. We're keeping that knee hovering to the opposite elbow. And then we'll release the right knee. Let's come into some cat-cows from there. Everyone's sort of moving at your own pace. Maybe spending time in each shape, or maybe a half breath. Please bring your spines now to neutral. Let's practice dolphin pose. We'll come down onto our forearms, pressing into the elbows, the forearm bones, the wrists, the ulna, the radius, I believe, and then tuck under the feet, and we'll lift the knees and hips up and back. You may want to walk your feet out wider or walk them toward you in order to feel comfortable and stable with your hips lifted and knees lifted up off the mat. You can see if you can draw your shoulders more towards your hands. Maybe lower your knees if you're having trouble and make it a modified dolphin here. Lots of choices for you. The legs are kind of in a down dog shape if the knees are lifted, and you're in a table shape if the knees are lowered. From here, we'll sink down into child's pose. So we'll bring our big toes together. Knees can be walked out as wide as is comfortable, and then try sliding your hands right across your mat, reaching up over your head as you lower your head, neck, and chest. Let's really try to open the heart here. So it might help to have the knees more open, giving the body a lot of space to release and relax and open here. Take one more inhale. And then exhale. On the next inhale, we'll lift up from our child's pose. We'll come back into table. And from here, we will come into a high kneel, bringing the hips up over the knees. Both legs are back behind. We can use our blocks for this piece. We're going to take one side at a time. And we're going to start by rolling our right shoulder forward, up, back, and down. And then one more time, forward, up, back, and down. This time, as you move the shoulder back, reach your hand back and see if you can touch the block that's right by your ankle. Or maybe you're touching your own ankle. Now turn your chest towards the front, the small end of the mat, as much as you can, and just feel the broadening of your collarbone here. Feel the left shoulder drawing back and down. Lots of control in your core here. Now let's release using the core, bringing the hips back under the shoulders, and we'll move to the other side. So we'll take this left shoulder now, roll it forward, up, back, and down a couple of times. And the second time, we'll reach the hand back, find our block or our heel. Maybe toes are tucked, maybe toes are flat. And then we'll turn our chest towards the front. We're drawing that right elbow, the right elbow, but also the right shoulder back and down here. And we're relaxing, opening the chest. Tight in the core. Let your next inhale lift you back up. Get the sacrum back under the shoulders, basically, the pelvic bowl back under the shoulders. And from here, let's move into a downward facing dog. So we'll come back into our table, planting our hands, tucking under our feet, lifting our hips and our knees up off the mat, stretching upside down in this V, doing this nice inversion. walking the dog perhaps. Taking turns lowering each heel. Maybe keeping them both lifted and pressing the chest towards the thighs. Let's let our knees float down. We'll come back into that kneel. Let's step one foot forward. Press both hands, palms facing down on the thigh. We'll curl under the back toes. Lift the back knee. Step that foot up, and we're in our mountain pose. Take a breath or two. Kind of getting your bearings here at this level. Feeling very connected, very rooted to the floor in your mountain. Everything in alignment from ankles to knees to hips to chest to shoulders to head. Good. From here, let's inhale the arms either out in front or out to the sides. And we'll exhale, nose dive forward fold, bend your knees and elbows, and release your head towards the floor. Good. Inhale, come halfway up. Hands somewhere on the legs, not the knees, the shins or the thighs. Exhale, surrender again. Release the upper body to the floor. Inhale, press down through both feet. Lift up through the arms. Hands come up overhead. Exhale, hands come to the heart. From here, we'll move into warrior one. So let's step the right foot back and let's kind of fan the toes a little out to the side. Hips are still facing forward. Front knee bends slightly. Keep that knee right on top of the heel, right over that ankle. Press into the floor through both feet, all four corners. And let's lift our arms up overhead. And let's see if we can draw our thumbs back behind us and send our chest forward, opening a little bit more here in the heart center. Good. Let's exhale. We'll release the arms. Let's switch our leg position in the back. Straighten the front knee to come into pyramid. Press down through the soles of both feet here in pyramid. Let's bring our hands around to the back side of the body, bending our elbows to interlace our fingers, releasing the backs of the hands to the back heel, and drawing the shoulders up, back, and down. Opening here. Good. We can exhale, and we can begin to come into a forward fold in our pyramid. Folding over this forward left leg, maybe lifting the hands up in the back, finding a comfortable position there. When you're ready, pressing down through both feet, lifting up through the chest and shoulders and head, coming back up to standing. Still in our pyramid here, now we'll move to arrow. So we'll let our chest and head come forward. Now we're bending that knee in the front. You might feel a stretch in the back of the calf here. We can release our arms down by our side. We can bring them to our heart. And we're really strengthening this forward leg at the thigh, at the hip, at the knee. And as you're ready, step forward. Let that right foot come back up under the left foot, coming back into your mountain. Take a breath or two more. And then release your arms down by your side. On the next inhale, arms come out and up. Exhale, nose dive, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, release. Knees bend. Belly rests on the thighs. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, flat back. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. This time we step the left foot back. We're coming into warrior one. Right knee is bent and forward. Back left foot is touching the ground, the heel and all. Lifting the arms on the next inhale. Nice. Find that opening in the chest. Send those thumbs back behind you. Yes, pressing into the floor here. Exhaling, the arms come down. We'll straighten the knee, turn that ankle or to line up the toes and the heel, coming into pyramid. Pressing down into the floor, kind of with your legs in a little scissor motion here. We'll bring our hands and arms around the back side, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders back and down, open the chest, arching the back slightly here, still pressing down through both feet, finding the length in the front side of the body. Yes, and feeling the openness here. If you'd like to begin to come forward, coming into a forward fold, nose to knee. Keep your hands by your hips until you lower your body. Then you can lower your your hands up and then lower them. And then inhale, pressing the chest up away from that forward thigh. And then we'll come into arrow here, leaning forward. We can bend or straighten the knee. Chest in alignment with the back leg. And then we'll step onto that right foot, lift the left foot, bring it up. Come back into our mountain pose. All right, from here we'll move into our first sun salutation. And as you're ready, inhale your arms up, overhead. Exhale, nose dive, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, release, plant your hands, step your left foot back, lower high lunge. Inhale to lift your chest up away from the forward thigh. From here, let's inhale the hands and arms out wide like wings. Exhale, we're going to bring our left arm over our right, and we're going to wrap our hands and arms around each other into eagle. Inhale, we'll lift fingers towards the ceiling. Exhale, we'll release the elbows towards the thighs as we bend forward. We'll unwind our hands, plant them down to step the right foot back, coming into half plank or plank. Breathing here for a moment. Then inhaling, pressing on the toes, exhaling, elbows in. Slow the descent of your knees, hips, and chest. Flatten those feet. Inhale. Keep the elbows in to come up into cobra. Exhale, releases. Flat feet. Curl the toes back under. Inhale. Lift the hips up away from the floor. Coming into downward facing dog. Stretch here for a moment. And then step the left foot forward. Inhale, lower high lunge. Lifting the chest up away from the thigh, perhaps lifting one or both arms up away from the sides, any amount. Exhaling, releases the arms. We'll step that left foot forward, coming back into standing. Let's inhale, sun breath. Nose dive, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, release. Inhale, back to mountain. Exhale, hands to the heart. Releasing the arms down by your side. Let's try that on the left side this time. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, nose dive, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. L-shaped body. Exhale, release, plant your hands, step your right foot back. Low lunge or high lunge, the right heel is lifted up off the mat. Inhale to lift the chest and head up away from the thigh, or you can stay down low and stay on blocks. Inhale, arms both out wide like wings. Exhale, this time, right arm goes over left. We'll bring our arms into eagle, or we can press hands and elbows together. And inhale lifts the fingers towards the ceiling. Exhale, lowers the elbows. Hands unravel. Plant them on the floor. Step the left foot back, coming into half plank or plank. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, lower the body. Inhale up into cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes. Inhale up into downward facing dog. Next inhale, step the left foot forward, the right foot forward. I'm sorry. Inhale, lift up away from the forward thigh. You can lift one or both arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release the hands and arms. Bring that left foot up next to the right as sun breath draws the arms out and up. Exhale, nose dive, forward fold. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, release into the forward fold. Inhale, press down through the feet, come up into mountain. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. Stay in your mountain. Take a few breaths. Notice how fast your heart is beating at this point. We're going to switch it up and instead of doing eagle, we'll come into a twist from our low lunges that we'll do in this next sun salutation. Ready, inhale the arms up over the head. Exhale, nose dive, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Hands to legs. Exhale, release, plant the hands, step the left foot back. Let's lower our hips down. If you want, you can lower your knee. You can also keep it lifted. We'll plant the same hand on the inside of the foot, and we'll see if we can open our chest to one side here, stacking arms, hands, and then we'll exhale, plant the opposite hand, and let the right arm float up this time. Turning our chest towards our right leg. From here, plant your hands again. Step that right foot back, coming into plank or half plank. Chaturanga by inhaling, exhaling to lower, inhale to lift, exhale to come back down, inhale into downward facing dog. Let's take a breath or two here. Catch up a little bit. Then let the next inhale draw the left foot forward. We'll inhale, coming into a lower high lunge, lifting the chest up away from the forward thigh, perhaps. Maybe lifting the arms, using the same inhale to do both or two inhales. And then we'll exhale. Let's come into a forward fold this time, stepping that right foot forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, release again. Inhale, standing all the way. Exhale, hands to heart. Pressing down, feeling the connection between your feet and your mat. Relax your arms down by your side. One more half side here. Inhaling the arms out and up. Exhale, nose dive, forward fold, flat back. Good, bend the knees. Excellent. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, release. This time we step the right foot back. And we're going to lower our hips. We might lower that back knee. Let's take the same hand and lift the right arm out and up. So I'm sorry, we'll take the left hand, place it on the inside of the left foot. Right arm flows up as we turn away from that forward left knee. An exhale brings that right hand down. We'll switch sides. Inhale, left arm goes up. Exhale, releases that arm. Both hands plant. We step the left foot back. Maybe float down the knees for half plank or plank. Inhale, press on the toes. Exhale, lower the body to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck the toes. Send the hips and shoulders up. And then take a couple breaths here. Let your next inhale, lift your gaze. We'll step our right foot forward this time. Low low lunge, I meant to say, or high lunge. Inhale to lift the body, lift the arms, pressing into the floor. Nice solid here. Exhale, release the upper body. You can stretch your hands forward, step that left foot up, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, press down through the feet, flat back. Lift up through the arms and hands. Exhale, hands come down to heart. All right, let's come to the middle of the mat. We'll turn to the side. Let's place our hands where our pockets would be. So reach each hand around, one at a time or both together, and place them against your seat. Okay, and just feel that opening. Now, if you'd like, you can press into both feet, send your hips forward, arching the back. You'll draw the head back behind you, the shoulders back behind you, and then we'll come up back to our mountain pose, standing straight up and down. Let's move from here into table. So let's step one foot forward or the opposite foot back, lower onto that knee. We'll come into table briefly because we're going to come into downward facing dog. Oops, beep, beep. That's my cue that I need my blanket back. He's very clingy today. All right, so we're going to go from our table into downward facing dog here. So stretch and straighten and bend and press into your hands and feet. Good, now let's let the knees float down. Let's walk our hands to our knees as we press up away from the floor, coming back into a high kneel. Maybe we set our blocks back up right by the ankles on each side. We're going to come into full camel. If you would rather take one shoulder at a time, you can do that, just like we did earlier. So, but for the full camel, we'll roll our shoulders forward, back, and down. Both of them will reach behind us. We might even look. I like to look to see exactly where we are. You can see I modified so that I could open my chest and then turn around to the front with both arms back behind me. Opening the chest. Let's lift the chin, but keep the back of the head in alignment with the middle of the spine. Be very nice to your cervical spine here. Opening. Nice. Sending the hips forward, stretching the front side of the body here. And then let's come back and down. So we'll Send our hips from being forward to right underneath. We'll touch our two big toes, move our knees apart, and sink down and back into child's pose or into puppy dog. Relax your front side and let the upper body just sort of drape onto the floor. And then inhale. We'll begin to lift our head, our neck, our chest. We can walk our hands towards our knees. And let's come all the way down to supine, and we'll grab our strap. Put my blanket back behind my head now because I don't plan on doing bridge with you. So if you choose during student choice to do bridge, you can remove the blanket or rolled up towel out from under you beforehand. Okay, we're fighting for the blanket here. All right. So we're going to lay down supine on our mat with our strap, and let's move right into a hamstring stretch, starting first with a wind relieving pose on the right side. So let's draw the right knee in toward us, and we'll wrap our arms around our legs here. Just kind of guide that knee out and down. We can stretch the left side of the body, maybe even pressing through that left heel and getting little kisses. Good. We can point and flex the foot, wiggle the toes on the right side, roll the ankle. Let's take our strap and wrap it around the toes, and we'll inhale to lift that foot to the sky. Let's relax the hands down each side of the strap till the upper arms rest gently somewhere on your mat. We're super comfortable here. All right, so let's inhale, pressing into our sacrum. Both sides are even here, but let's lengthen the leg through the heel on the right, on the inhale. And as we exhale, let's bring the strap, pull on the strap just a little bit to bring the foot forward till we get a nice stretch through the hamstring. Take a breath or two here. And then inhale, bring the heel back up over that right hip. We'll switch both straps into the right hand. And as you exhale, let's let that knee and foot go out to the side. Take your left hand and just sort of plant it shoulder height, palms down by your side. Just feel that hip opening here. Knee can be bent or straight. Inhale and begin to tighten the muscles in the legs to draw that foot back up over the right hip. Switch both the straps into the left hand and just let the right foot come over slightly. You don't want to roll up off of that right hip and let the right foot come all the way down to the side. Left side, you want to stay grounded through that right hip. And you're just making this very subtle move to feel a stretch in the hip. Right arm can be out by your side, palm down. Let's inhale to bring the heel back up over that right hip. And we'll exhale, bending down through the knee. And let's switch leg positions. So we'll move to Wind relieving pose on the left, straightening that right leg this time, pressing through that right heel, wrapping the arms around the leg and shin, pointing and flexing the foot, their left foot, rolling the ankle perhaps. And then let's grab that strap. Let's wrap it around the toes. Let's inhale to lift the leg up. Maybe your leg is straight. The knee is not bent at all. Maybe it is. It doesn't matter. Straps in both hands. We're going to feed the strap through the hands till the elbows touch. You can even wrap the strap around your hands if you wanted. A little more control. Feel your left hip pressing into the floor as you inhale, lifting the left foot, just lengthening the leg, not lifting the hip to do that. And then we'll exhale, drawing the leg toward us. Maybe your leg didn't move much. Mine didn't seem to. My hamstrings are feeling pretty tight. But we're breathing here. We're feeling this nice slight stretch. And then on the next inhale, we'll lift the left heel up over the hip. Switch both straps into the left hand. Exhale. Release that left foot out to the left side. Use your left elbow to help keep your hips squared, your shoulders squared. Coming to a place with your foot where you're getting a nice stretch in the inner thigh. Good. Let your next inhale lift your foot up towards the sky. We'll switch straps into the left hand. Right arm goes out to the side, and then the left foot comes just a little ways over to the right. Little bit. Still on top of the midline, but over to the right. Breathing here. Inhale, bring that heel straight up and down, bend through the knee, release the strap and set it aside. Bend up through both knees now, bringing each foot onto the floor. Let's windshield wiper with cactus arms. So when you're ready, exhaling both knees to one side. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the opposite side and then stay in a twist here. Arms out like a T, palms flat on the floor. Maybe you've turned your chin away from your knees. Next inhale, bring your chin back to center, lift your knees back to neutral, and then begin windshield wipering at your own pace again. A few times, side to side. Maybe you're moving your head and your chin back and forth as you do this. Maybe you're not. When your knees next settle to the opposite side, come into your twist here. And relax for a few moments. Both shoulders grounded, one hip lifted. One more breath in your twist. Then let the next inhale lift your knees. Maybe your chin comes back to center. Take a moment for student choice. If you decide to do bridge, please remove the towel or blanket from behind your head. Maybe listen to what your body wants you to do, how it still wants or needs to stretch. Maybe your feet are getting a lot of love right now. Maybe your hands and arms Maybe you're opening with your rib cage, stretching the body, arms up overhead. Take a few moments, a few more breaths. Maybe switch positions, a second student choice shape. And then as you're ready, sinking your body into a Shavasana position that's comfortable for you. Legs bent or straight. Pressing in through the part of the body that's grounded to the floor and the mat. Seeing if you can lengthen the space between hips and shoulders, lengthen the neck, lengthen the arms, maybe palms face up in order to think about receiving, maybe palms face down in order to ground the body more. Closing down the eyes. Finding the breath. Quieting the breath. Watching the breath lengthen. Watching the breath become more smooth. Watching the body relax against the floor more and more. Trying not to use any effort here. Try not to use any energy here. Let's begin scanning the body with the toes. Bring your awareness to your toes, releasing any tension there or in the feet, the arch, the heel, the sides of the foot, the ball of the foot. Checking left and right side, then moving up to each ankle, each lower leg, also relaxing, releasing any tension to the knee, the thighs, the hamstrings relaxed, the hips, the pelvic floor relaxed. Spine relaxed against the floor, the chest, the rib cage, releasing. Shoulders releasing here. Moving into the upper arms, biceps and triceps relaxed, elbows, forearms, wrists. See if you can feel the heaviness of your hands. Then moving your awareness to your neck and throat from there, to the back of the head, touching the floor, pressing into your prop, maybe a pillow, blanket, or towel. Become aware of your whole body now lying on the floor and let it release and relax. Body pressing into the ground. Take 5 to 7 breaths here. Slowing them down even more if you're able. And now, as you're ready to begin moving, let your breath roll in a little more deeply and then begin rocking the chin from left to right. Keeping it very slow here. Making sure our bodies get that relaxation stage after our asana practice. Allowing ourselves the time to connect here. Let's move our chin back to center and slowly begin to roll over onto your favorite side. Pressing up away from the floor from there. Coming up into a comfortable seated position. Legs once again in any comfortable shape. Arms down by your sides. Chin even with the floor. Inhaling the arms up. Giant sun breath here. Feel the stretch. Exhale. Excuse me. Hands come down to the heart. We'll close down our eyes here. And on your next exhale, lower your chin to the chest as we each bow to the divine that we are. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Let your next inhale lift your chin, flutter open your eyes, release your hands. Thank you all for joining me for a Vinyasa flow class, kind of more on the continuing end of the spectrum. And next week's we'll go back to gentle as we alternate back and forth. I hope you have a great week and hope to see you in class next week. Take care.